Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. So, as I promised, I'm actually gonna go over Own It Online. So, one of the things that I wanted to share with you was this website because it actually talks about helping with you finding an occupation or a job. You can do data. You can do the self assessment. You can see based on the Holland's codes, which Holland was a uh, career theorist, and so he helped create Holland codes, which are set to different aspects of careers. And so Holland it was very instrumental in what goes on here in Own It Online. The history of Own It Online, by the way, is this. This actually was something that used to be bound like encyclopedias in multiple books in the libraries. Before, instead of Own It Online, you would actually go to the library. You would actually there was a career or occupation catalog. You would open up the drawer, you would look through, and you would look for your occupation, right? And then the occupation would give you a code. So that code will take you to this section with the bound books. And within those bound books, you would look at the codes. If this code fell between this one and this one, then that's the volume that you would see, and you would get that volume. You would open it up, you would look for that occupation based on the number, and then after that, then you would write everything down that you could based on that job, what it did, the skills, the education needed, everything. Now it's all here. And the thing is, before, when it was in the library, it wasn't updated as often as it does now. So before, I believe what they did is they updated every maybe 1 to 2 years. You would get some of the volumes updated with new careers, new jobs, new descriptions, new everything. So, but now is live. Now you can search Own It Online, and you can see at the top of my here at the top of on my URL line, it is ownitonline.org, and I will put it in this video. Oh, actually, I will highlight it in this video so you can see it. It's ownitonline.org, and so this is going to be excellent for not only for you if you're looking for a new career, if you want to get ideas on what to add and what to take out of resumes or vitas, right, which are big long resumes that some people do. I actually have a vita which is about 6 pages long, and I also have a resume which is about 2 pages long. And so, most of the people in HR do not want to see big things. So the more concise, the more specific, the more you do, those are the things that what they'll look at. And the nice thing about it is that when technology got ahead, and I'm not saying, and this is happening right now, but this is happening in a different age, because now in the digital age, now what they do is they look at your resume, they process it through, and now they process it through AI. Before, it used to be they had these databases, and so what it does in your resume is it actually looks for the keywords that they put on their on their job opening description, and so they see if they match as much as you can. The thing is that from there, there's a screening process, and so based on the index, on how much you have actually matched with the job, then more than likely you will move on to the next round, which may be interviews or maybe a further application process. It doesn't really matter. Depends on where you're applying. And it depends on how many people are going to be in an interview. I've been in interviews where I've been one-on-one with somebody. I've been in interviews where I've been in like a group, which is 3 with me. And I've been in a panel interview where I've had 8 different people ask me questions. But that was for a kind of like a high level community college job. And I got great information from it. So anyways, without further ado, this is Own It Online. So the thing that I like to do and I like to bring to your attention is here on the occupation keyword search. So see where it says electrician? Well, we are going to write a title. So let's say that I want to be a social worker, right? So I would type in the words and I see the different types. Look. Social worker or others, healthcare social worker, child and family, school social worker, mental health and substance abuse social worker. So let's just look at child, family, and school social worker. So once I click on it, right, it will take me to the job title. And look what it says, right? This was updated in 2024. So this has been recently updated. And look, this is the outlook for this position. And again, remember, I've been talking to you about mind-body balance, mind-body balance, right? And so this position, this occupation, this job, it's a bright outlook because unfortunately, we're not dealing with things the way that we should. We're not talking to people. We're not using our village or our support system. We're not and meditating and using all of the things that help us. Like for me, it's music, right? I'm blasting music, not right now, but I'm blasting music and I'm making sure that I'm connecting with my support system, right? With my village, with my mentors, with the people that I trust. Right? And connect with your family. Remember, family is important because they know you. So, anyways, right below the title, here is the number. And that's based on the Holland's Code. And so that's the number that you would go to the library before and you would look for the volume that has this job. But honestly, this job is pretty new because it's specific to child, family, and school social work. So it tells you a little bit of an overview of the job, and then some samples of job titles that were reported. And again, there's different jobs that do the same thing or different job titles. So here, once we scroll down, then we look at the content of the job. So we look at tasks, right? And we can display a little bit more than this, but I'm just going to show you because this is going to take a long time if I go over everything. So some of the tasks, occupation-specific information, right? Some of the tasks that they do, social workers, right? Child, family, school social workers, they maintain case history records. They serve as liaisons between students, homes, schools, family services, child guidance clinics, courts, protective services, doctors, and other contacts to help children who face problems such as disabilities, abuse, and poverty, right? And then they also address legal issues such as child abuse and discipline, assisting with hearing and providing testimony to inform custody arrangements. Those are tasks. There's more tasks. They're just showing 5 of them. We can actually look at all 23 of them and see why are you searching for places to find job classifications so that way you can add things to your resume. If you have done these things, you should add these things to your resume. If you want to be a social worker, ladies and gentlemen, child, family, school, social worker, other social workers that are below here, you can look at all of these tasks that they do. I'm not going to go over all of them because I want to show you. So again, this is the technology skills that they're looking for. Computer-based training software. So some of them are looking for Easy CBM, which is one of the software that they use. They also use database user interface and query software, right? Microsoft Access, so you can see information. Email. Hey, if you know how to do Outlook, if you send emails, if you send everything, great. Medical software, which sometimes you're in a hospital setting or you're with Child Protective Services, and these are the things that you will have to know. And then spreadsheet software. So because you put together a lot of stuff, and sometimes what you do is you take pieces from different areas and you put it all together in a spreadsheet because you want to make sure that you get the best services to the child, to the family, to everybody that you can. And so again, these are very technology skills. These are the hot technologies that are requirements most frequently included across all employer jobs. So Own It is based on job applications and job descriptions throughout the nation. So that's the reason it is live. It is updated. I mean, it is updated almost every month, and I bet you that is updated almost every week. So work activities. So these are some of the things that you do, like getting information, establishing and maintaining interpersonal relations. Remember, we talked about interpersonal relations. You have to play nice in the sand. And that's me saying it nicely. But there has to always be a two-way system. As they support you, you support them. And so make sure that interpersonal skills, it's always with almost 98% of the jobs. Unless you want to go to Google and you want to go through one of their Google certifications that you can work from home, you still have to report to a supervisor. You still have to talk to some people, but in a minimal setting, in a minimal level. But you still have to have interpersonal relations and interpersonal skills. Okay, so detailed work. So maintain client records is an example of that. Work contacts. This is about what you do, what they do every day, right? The nice thing is that you can look, right? Experience requirements. These are some of the things that you can see, right? And the thing is that nowadays you can start doing social work stuff with a bachelor's. And before, like me, when I was doing therapy work, I needed a master's to do that. And license. And of course, you need license if you want to do that on your own or anything. And so, again, check Own It online. Parents, this is a great website for your kids to explore different types of jobs so they can see how to get the job that they want and the job that will be fulfilling both monetarily and everything else. I can lump everything else. Then you can look to find training credentials from every state. They look for apprenticeship opportunities. That's another website that you can go to. And these are the worker requirements. These are the skills. Active listening, right? I'm listening to you. Whenever I do therapy, I'm always listening to you. And I'm repeating what you say so that way you know that I'm listening to you. Knowledge, customer and personal service, psychology, of course. Psychology is my favorite. Therapy and counseling, English language, administrative. For those of you that speak another language, you are golden as well. Because you can actually, if you get your license, right? If you get your degree, you get your license, then you can do social work or counseling with people that speak English and people that speak your language. For example, I speak Spanish. I can do that. I do life coaching in Spanish. I do life coaching in English. And so there's other people that can do that. Some people can do 3. Some people can do 4. It all depends on your knowledge. So again, here's some of the things: work styles, work values, interests. And then about wage. This is median wage. You have to understand this, right? Some states pay more, and this medium is right in the middle. Some pay more, and some pay less. So you have to understand. You have to select the state or look for a zip code and everything. What they're saying is, look at this, projected job openings from 2022 to 2032. There will be 29,500 jobs open for this job, for this position. So again, own it online. Now I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to the top, right? Own it online. So again, ownitonline.org will help you. Let's do something else. Some of you want to become doctors, right? So let's see if we can get something based on doctors. So here, look at this. They'll give you a lot of different types of MDs. You can do general internal medicine. You can be a dentist or you optometrist, a physician assistant, a podiatrist, a dermatologist, a family medicine physician. So let's look at some of the bright outlook, right, that have the little suns. So if we look at optometrist, let's look at optometrist. So again, optometrist. Here's the number, right? Based on the Hollins codes, based on the test that Own It does, the interest inventory, the Own It interest inventory that will help you get to where you fit generally, right? It's not exactly perfect, but it'll get you in the vicinity. So, diagnose, manage, treat condition, disease of human eye and visual systems, right? Occupational specific test, examine eyes, analyze test results, and develop a treatment plan. A lot of these jobs that you're either getting a doctor, an MD, an OD, you're getting licensed in MFT or social work or anything like that. You have to put together a treatment plan, which means you have to say, because we found this, then this is the steps for this client to better their current situation. Not fix, not get well, better. Because you take it step by step by step. And that's one of the things that you say during the interview. It's like you assess the entire person. And then you talk about some of the things that could help in a step-by-step system. And you actually talk about bringing in your whole team and collaborate with others so that way they can get the best, right, care that they deserve. So, technology skills are here. Accounting, some of them, if you're working as a doctor, if you're working as an optometrist, you're doing your own books. You may be running your own business. They make a lot of money. And they do, but they do a lot of work. And they have a lot of people under them that support them in what they do. So, let's go to detailed work activities. Test patients' vision, develop medical treatment plans. And then here's the job zone, right? Some of them require a PhD or an MD or a JD, which is a law degree. Some of them could be used like that. Here's the thing, right? If we go down, here's more skills. Here's the education. 95% are doctoral degree required. 5% are professional degree required. So again, you're starting to see that if you want to be an optometrist, you're more than likely, about 95% of the time, you're going to have to get a doctorate. So here are some of the other abilities. We go back again. We do work styles. And then again, the median wage in 2022. And this is across the nation. The median wage means middle, right? Remember stats. Always remember stats. That helps. It's about $60.38 an hour, which is about $125,590 annual. That's the mid-range. And here are the projected openings from 2022 to 2032. There's going to be about 1,700 job openings within the next, less than 10 years now. So again, I'm just showing you, right? I'm just showing you what you can do with Own It Online. Remember, that was one of the things that I was gonna tell you, that I was gonna show you. You can actually go to details here, these stuff, and they'll tell you what are the core tasks, what are not the core tasks. You can actually go to Espanol, and then it will be something that can take you to the Spanish speaking. If you're a veteran, you can go here. If you want easy read, which means not all the mumbo jumbo, and then you can just get the specific ones. But here's the thing. You can also download it to Microsoft Excel, and then you can get it as a CSV file, which is also a variation of Microsoft Excel. So, Bright Outlook for optometrists. So here are some of the things. If you go back to Own It Online, right? If you want to do that, then you can actually do the career inventory. And I'm going to end with that. Here is the one that says, I want to be, right? And then you click on Own It Interest Profiler. And I know that we'll wait till this gets there. There we go. So what happens is, and I'm not going to go over the profile, because once you take it, it'll give you the different stuff. You can sign in, so that way your profile gets saved. You can create an account with Own It. I have done that, so that way it saves mine. It always comes back to like psychology and counseling. It told me special education, some kind of teacher, things like that. So the profile, it says that it can help you find out what your interests are, what you're interested in. And so it'll tell you your interest, your results, and then it'll tell you the job zones. So those are the categories that John Holland in career counseling came up with, and those are the career zones that they talked about, the job zones that they talk about. And then they'll tell you some of the jobs that fit all of your zones, and that fit maybe the top 2 zones or the top 1 zone. So again, it's easy. Don't be looking and making up stuff whenever you're writing a resume. And students, I'm going to tell you this. I'm looking at you, students. If you have no paid experience, my suggestion is for you to write down volunteer work, things that you have done with church groups, monasteries, any type of religious group, any type of group that you've done. Boy Scouts, great. Girl Scouts, great. Any other things. If you have done things like Seroptimist, or if you have done another language, you've learned a lot of the language, you put it in the resume. If you have done, what else? There's so many things that make you stand out. Sports that you have done, because you know why? Because all of those things show not only that you can get good grades and you can do well in school, but you can also at the same time do multitask and be well at doing activities that are totally separate from school. It shows that you have commitment to not only school and get your education, but also to making sure that you're a well-rounded person. So parents, Own It Online. Again, I will put it in the Own It Online website on the video. Don't worry about it. It'll be there throughout the video, so that way you can see it. So this is a free service. I love this, because whenever I do live coaching, this is one of the things that I show my clients. So subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button, so that way you can get notified when you do any other video. Hit the like button. Like the fact that I'm showing you this free resource that will get you ready in your mind, so that way your mind and body balances on a list of careers, potential careers that you can do. So, until next time, Back on Basics.